Hi, welcome to another Consonant analysis. This is analysis on a video I've just watched, produced by Anabolic Doc. He's an MD or a medical doctor on YouTube. He's got his own channel, like I said, Anabolic Doc, and he concentrates on bodybuilders and steroids. And that's his specialty. That's what he actually deals with. So I'm subscribed to him. And it's just that. It was just interesting. It just interested me, or it took my interest. A particular phrase that he mentioned. He was talking about how much veneration he has for bodybuilders and what they've actually done for us. And I found that unusual because we don't usually think of bodybuilders actually doing anything for us. But I suppose it's an art form, isn't it? So it's something to look at and admire. So in that sense, I suppose they do actually provide something for us, and obviously a lot of people get enjoyment out of it. So the quotation that I took from Anabolic Doc was, again, I have so much he says incredibly, respect for these people for what they've done for us. And actually, indeed, it does come out in the report. That's, I can't stress enough how seriously he actually takes the work that he does, and the respect that he has for the people that actually engage in this particular activity. So there was a few points that. Well, sorry. First, I need to go on to the interpretation, don't I? So the interpretation that I took from the markers, the analysis was, the subject finds himself balancing his reverence for the sport of bodybuilding along with those who engage in the sport without following proper guidance. And that does come across, there's sort of like although it doesn't come across in his speech, he's very circumspect or very careful with his speech. Obviously because of the care that he puts into the work that he does. It certainly comes out in the analysis that he has disdain for these people that they don't follow advice, they abuse the steroids and abuse their bodies, and they don't listen to what's been told to them. So with regards to comments, I've got number one, respect. It cannot be stressed enough the high reverence in which the subject holds bodybuilders and their sport. It really does come across. He's not putting on. He really does have a lot of reverence and respect, and obviously he's very knowledgeable in his field. So he's got more right to be reverent than anybody else because he knows what actually goes into what they do. On a very detailed level. This reverence is matched by an almost equal disdain for those who fail to meet the standards of the sport adequately. Number two, care. The supremely high level of care and dedication that the subject affords over to the care of bodybuilders is manifestly apparent. It is, the way that he talks is like with the humility that he talks. Number three, sincerity. The subject is clearly aware of the nature of the sport and is careful to make this known, as well as carefully and holistically managing, mentoring and monitoring bodybuilders to ensure their careers progress in a regular fashion. And four, with regards to metrics, bodybuilding is a sport of show, with the aspirations of and awards being great but relatively transient. So that's something that comes across. And I've tried to group the themes under those headings. So with regards to themes, we have number one. This would be like on the side of the MD, the doc. Advising, illusion, annoyance, care, medical, care, confidentiality, earnestness, management, mentoring, monitoring, remedy, reverence, shock, sincerity. So that's all on the side of the doc. Number two, contrariness, disgrace, excess, rashness, stupidity. I think that refers to the bodybuilders that don't pay attention to what they've been told to do, or don't follow advice. Three, aspiration, ease, fame, financing, planning, pride, recognition, wealth. That's basically what the sport's about. That's what you're going to get out of it, or that's what you're looking for. Number four, admiration, body image, dandyism, death, premature, disappearance, muscle, deterioration, narcissism, transience. So that's that's basically markers or keywords for outside, whereas the the keywords that I previously mentioned about aspiration, pride, recognition, wealth, that's sort of like more on the inside. And number 5, fatality, harm, inflammation, organs, intoxication, and loss, catastrophic. So that was Anabolic Doc, and an extract that I took from his video on when bodybuilders retire, which was quite interesting. Especially when you look at the pictures of them before and after, because he was posting, as he was speaking, there was before and after pictures coming up on the screen of bodybuilders before and after, and it's amazing the difference. You just wouldn't, with some of them, you just wouldn't be able to tell. But they've managed to make the transition, which is good, because you always think, well, I always think of bodybuilders as just basically, wrecks at the end of their careers. If they manage to survive, so many die, don't they? So yeah, that's all I have for you today. This was like a minority report. It's on a pecuniary matter. It's not something which is overly in the news, or of a subject who has got notoriety. He's sort of like well known or famous, or he's done a particular famous thing. This was just I suppose you could say a small proof of concept of consonant analysis. So I hope you liked that. If you do, or if you did, remember to like, share and subscribe, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next analysis.